Hey everybody. I know it's pretty hard right now with the layoffs. I want to share a story of mine to sympathize and sharing the pain with a lot of people who are affected. 4 years ago, I got laid off at probably the worst, the hardest time in my life. And I'll tell you a little bit about the story. So, I was actually expecting a child. I found out, let's say that Saturday, and they laid me off on Monday. And so I get a random Teams message from my manager, which was an awful manager, might I add. And he says, "Hey, in 20 minutes, can you meet me?" Sure. I go into the meeting, and there he is. And I say, "Oh, hey, such and such. By the way, I got good news for you. I'm expecting a child." And I'm just like this, I'm just kind of laughing and saying all that. He goes, "Oh my." And we're on camera with this face. "Oh my." I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my. Bro, I said that to you and that's your response?" I kid you not. Like 2 seconds later, this like 25-year-old HR lady, no shade to her, shows up. She's like, "Hello, Michael. We have some news for you. Your role's being impacted, and at this time you're being laid off. Blah 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 blah." Or I think the manager said that. By the way, they both kind of spoke to me, and all I can think about was, I just told you I'm having a child, and this is what the universe throws back at me. And I remember, and it's so weird too. Maybe because it's like a you're trying to be classy, but I said okay, thank you, whatever. I got my. By the way, for those out there who went through the layoff, I got like 4 weeks of severance. It was such dog. It was terrible. It was terrible. I got 4 weeks of severance and an FU. Get out of here. You know what I mean? So, and then I remember I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." And then I slacked it wasn't Slack, it was Teams, excuse me. I did a little message to my manager and I said, "Thank you. Thank you for the time." And now looking back at it, I have really no clue why I said thank you to him. Again, kind of being a good sport, whatever. But these days, like, bro, F you too, you know, especially these companies laying people off and they have millions and billions of dollars in the bank. Okay. Right. Just finding out they're having children and getting married and this, that, and the other and laying people off. Like, we're commodities. We're commodities. That's 100%. But, anyways, um, you know, I did a lot of. I'm laughing now because I did like a lot of crying earlier about it. But either way, for those that are being impacted, it's not a laugh. You're not going to be in the laughing phase right now. But either way, my heart goes out to all those that got laid off. That's my layoff story. And and on top of it, right, 4 years ago was like kind of like near the height of COVID. Just like today, thank God we don't have COVID, but it's a bad market out there right now. So, any way I can help, let me know. But for those out there, stay strong, keep your chin up. You're gonna have to apply 1,000 times. It just takes once.